Yo, what's going on people? Welcome back to the channel. This week we're going to be doing like a Playboy type Tory Lanez emotional intro beat. I'm going to show you how like I did an emotional piano and just made little melodies and accents around that. So yeah, if you're not subscribed or follow my Instagram, that will be on the screen. So let's get straight into this video. So the first thing I did was, because I wanted an emotional slow piano, I used just a dark piano from Keyscape, and it sounds like this. And with that, I used the strum effects just to make it a little bit more of a vibe, and then just little accent notes for keys that would fit the chords, just to give it that emotional, like, melodic vibe. And for that, I used this valve compressor just to make it a little bit more wavy and fluttered, so it didn't sound just too dry. Then just a small reverb just to make it not too wide. Then I took out some lows and just boost some highs because it was a bit lost, so I just need to make it a little bit more bright and present in the beat. So the second thing I added was this just normal bass guitar. I just followed the root notes and it wasn't too complicated. It's like this. And then at the end I obviously added an extra note just because it bounced with the main piano melody, just to give it more rhythm. And all I did was just add a little bit of a micro shift just to make it a little bit more detuned and gives it like a chorus effect. So the next thing I added was vocals. I recorded them myself with auto tune on, and they sound like this. And that was just for the intro, just to give it a little bit of a build up. And then for that, Boy, quite a heavy reverb because I wanted to give it like a spatial effect. And took out lots of highs and lows and just give it some delay just to give it a little bit of a more variety. So the next thing I added was these percussion loops. I didn't do much to them, but it just gave it a little bit of a more of a rhythm and a better emotional feel to it. So it sounds like this. Then for this perc loop here, it was a little bit off beat, but it gave it a better feeling and it just sounded more authentic. Then for this was I just gave it a little bit of a reverb, took out some lows and highs, then I routed it to the next track and half timed it, then put a portal on it just to give it a little bit of a trippy like perc loop texture. And then I just took it at lows and highs out for that. And then as you can see throughout this intro and the outro, I added this vinyl that sounds like this. Probably won't be able to hear it that much because it's very low, but it just gives it a little bit more of a texture. It just fits in nice. And then halfway through the bridge and the outro, I added this Mellotron like gospel pad that sounds like this. Added a little bit more few accent keys to just give it a little bit of more rhythm. And these are the presets that I used on it. I just used a cassette, quite a high heavy reverb, EQ'd some lows, and then I give it quite a delay just to pan it left to right with a ping pong effect. Pan man again because I wanted to like a flutter from left to right just to give it a little bit more of a feel. Then I used this S1 imager just to make it a little bit more wider. And then with the bridge, I paired it with a new bass, which is just a normal synth bass that just copies the other. And then for that, I just made it a little bit more wider and just took out the rumble and that. And then for the outro, I added these, just a perc and a vocal. It just gives it a little bit more of a different feel and atmosphere. And all I did with that, just take some lows and highs and just a little bit of a reverb, just brought it down in the levels. And then next I want to show you the drums. These are the drum patterns. I just wanted a slow bounce, not too much in the way of the piano, because the piano is just mainly driving the rhythm, so I didn't want to just make it too overcomplicated. So I had that, and then I paired that with the snap that was on the start that I showed you. It sounds like this. I won't go in to show you the effects that I used on the drums. There's not really much to it. I just leveled it, picked the right samples, and I think I just put like a reverb just on the snap, and that was it. So as a whole, this is how the whole beat sounds. Then obviously I'll show you how the bridge sounds as well. So yeah, the key thing about this is timing and rhythm. You don't have to go too crazy on the drums. You have to leave a lot of space, because people like Tory Lanez like to have a melodic vibe and use their voice to drive the beat. So yeah, if you like this, I will be uploading it. Likes, subscribe, follow me on Instagram, all that stuff, and I'll see you in the next one, guys. Peace.